Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to recognize our football seniors for their hard work and dedication throughout their careers here at UAM. First, we would like to recognize Hunter Grimes. Hunter is a 5-year letterman for the Weevils. He has earned a bachelor's degree in health and PE and is currently working on a master's in coaching and teaching. Hunter's family attending the game includes parents Kevin and Kimberly Grimes, grandparents Ron and Jan Hewitt, and Timmy and Rhonda Grimes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for senior Hunter Grimes. Next, we would like to recognize senior 𝗗𝗜𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 majoring in entertainment and general studies. Escorted today by defensive coordinator Coach Ashburn. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for senior Charles Cameron. Next is Chris Blair. Chris is a 2-year letterman for the Weevils. He is currently majoring in health and PE and minoring in communications. He is presented today by Dr. Barbara Jordan, brother Mike, cousin KB, and nephews Krishan, DeMarco, Cody, and Kingston. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Chris Blair. For senior Chris Blair. Next, we'd like to recognize senior James 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥. James is a 5-year letterman for the Weevils. He is currently majoring in exercise science. James' family attending the game today includes Britt, Patricia and Dennis DeLee, Jordan Clint, and Kay and Jay Kurtz. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for senior James DeLee. Our final senior to recognize today is 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥. 𝗗𝗜𝗦 is a two-year letterman for the Weevils. He is currently majoring in physical education. 𝗗𝗜𝗦's family attending the game today include Barbara Henderson, Ron Tennant, Duran and Tessa Jones, and Diane Burke. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for senior 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥. to UAM Marching Band. Led by Drum Major Abigail Jerry of El Dorado, Arkansas. On behalf of the University of Arkansas at Monticello, the UAM Marching Band greets all Boulderville fans with a special welcome to the faculty, administration, students, alumni, and friends. Fans, we ask at this time to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem, conducted by the Director of Athletic Bands, Dr. Kristen Zelnick. Please remain standing for the play of the UAM alma mater.
And a good afternoon to you. Welcome to Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. I'm Jimmy Sledge as we get set for this afternoon's Great American Conference matchup between the Boll Weevils of UAM and the Mill Riders of Southern Arkansas. It's the Battle of the Timberlands coming up here this afternoon as we've got a beautiful day as it's turned off to be football weather. It's cool outside. Temperatures in the upper 40s and maybe low 50s here this afternoon. Sun shining after the rain moved through overnight tonight and the cold front came through. So ought to be a great afternoon for college football. Glad you're with us here on KHBM 93.7 FM, your home of UAM Sports. The Mule Riders come in with a record of 4-6 overall. The Weevils come in at 3-7. Neither team playing for postseason play, but playing for, again, that trophy, that Timberland Battle of the Timberlands trophy. Weevils got to keep it after winning last year and hope to have it here again for another year with a victory today over Southern Arkansas. The Mule Riders, of course, under a new head coach as their first-year head coach is Brad Smiley. The defensive coordinator is Will Reed. Offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach is Andrew Rice. The offensive line coach is Jay Pond. And the defensive line recruiting coordinator is T.J. Langley. For the Weevils, of course, your coaching staff, Hud Jackson is the head football coach and the athletic director here at the University of Arkansas at Monticello. Ryan Lusby is the assistant head coach and offensive coordinator and the recruiting coordinator here for UAM. Walker Ashburn, the defensive coordinator. Stephen Wright, the defensive backs coach, and Dallas Pruitt, the offensive line coach for the Boll Weevils here this afternoon. We're just a few moments away from the kickoff of this afternoon's ball game. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more UAM football on our pregame show in just a moment. And we welcome you back here on Senior Day for the University of Arkansas at Monticello. They have 8 seniors. Monticello has won the toss. UAM has won the toss and have elected to receive. So UAM with the football to start the game. Those 8 seniors include Daquan Street. He's a senior out of Enid, Mississippi. Chris Blair, a defensive lineman, senior out of Columbus, Mississippi. And then you've got Kevin Howard, senior out of Morton, Mississippi, and Charles Cameron, a senior out of Garndale, Alabama. Other seniors include Hunter Grimes out of Prescott, Arkansas, and Owen Smith, senior out of Central Louisiana, as well as James Dealey out of Central Louisiana as well. There's your seniors that will be playing their final game here this afternoon. Collegiate-wise, as the Boll Weevils will get set to take the field, and the return unit will go on, as it's going to be Dorn Manuel going back deep for the Weevils, along with Deshaun Jackson. Weevils will be moving from right to left here in this first quarter. Southern Arkansas moving from left to right. Weevils moving from south to north, from the pond into the field house, and we'll see how things work out this afternoon. Not a lot of wind this afternoon, but a very cool and brisk afternoon on this 12th day of November, as the Mule Riders get set to kick it off, and they're going to kick it deep, and it's going to be fielded at the 1 yard line and return. That's going to be Jackson. Jackson back over the 10, up to the 20, the 25, the 30, over the 35, and finally run out of bounds beyond the 35. A flag comes in back at the 34 yard line, as he'll be run out of bounds up at the 37. Well, let's wait and see what the flag is all about on the return. The flag is laying at the 34 yard line. We'll see if we can get the call from down on the field.
On the return, return team. 10 yards from spot foul. First down.
Holding against the Boll Weevils on the return team. They mark it from the spot of the foul, which was the 34. They mark it back to the 20, actually the 23-yard line is where they'll mark it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for UAM from their own 23-yard line. Edwin Kleinpeter, who's came in last week to start following the injury to Demayan Brown. Kleinpeter will work out of the shotgun. Kleinpeter wanting to throw on first down and overthrows the Cedric Smith out near the 30-yard line. Just rushed that one a little bit and overthrew his intended receiver. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Just underway. We have no score on this Saturday afternoon here in the first quarter. Kleinpeter again out of the shotgun. Trip receivers come wide left. Handoff's going to go over the right side. Big hole out over the 30, 35, out to over the 40, the 45, and finally brought down there for the Weevils. That is Curtis Jones. Check that. That is number 26. That is Gary Furman, who gets to start this afternoon at running back. That'll be a 1st down for the Boll Weevils. Move the chains all the way out to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Ball on the right hash mark. Actually going to spot it back at the 45 is where they'll spot the football. So 1st and 10. Kleinpeter again. Hands off to Furman. Furman over the right side. Lowers his shoulder. He's going to get a couple, as he'll get it out close to the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. They'll call it the 48, a gain of 3. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 7 now for the Weevils. Southern Arkansas in a 4-man front defensively. 3 linebackers playing man-to-man on the outside on the edge. Weevils with 3 receivers wide left. Fake it to Furman. Kleinpeter keeps it himself. Turns the corner, slips and falls down out near midfield. He'll gain a couple, and it'll bring 3rd down and 5. Kleinpeter had a lot of green grass in front of him, but he slipped down when he made the cut. So 3rd down and a long 5 here for the Weevils. Opening drive of the ball game, we have no score. Kleinpeter again out of the shotgun. Fakes it to Furman, wanting to throw, wanting to go deep down the right sideline. Throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass was intended down there for LaCedric Smith again. He was defended well by the cornerback for Southern Arkansas. Had the inside on him. Had no chance to come back and get the football. So the punting unit will come on. The Weevils are going to try to pin Southern Arkansas back deep in their own territory with 13-14 left to play here in the first period. Gsatti will come on. Zachary Gsatti, the kicker, the junior out of Anaheim, California. He gets set to punt it away. Gets a good snap, no pressure, and a high, spiraling, wobbly kick. Fair catch going to be called for up at the 16-yard line by the Mule Riders, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10. Making the fair catch down there going to be Melvin Smith, Jr. So the Mule Riders will have it 1st and 10. They'll mark it at their own 16-yard line, make it the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. No score here in the first quarter. First possession for the Mule Riders as the Weevils were able to pick up a first down and then had to punt it away. At quarterback for the Mule Riders is O.B. Jones. He's 6'2", 210-pound, a junior out of Tatum, Texas. First play, he's going to keep it himself. Weevils had him in the backfield. He'll carry it out close to the 20, and then he's going to be hit and driven backwards. So a gain of 3 on the play. Make it 4 as they'll mark him out at the 21-yard line. And O.B. Jones' first play from scrimmage was a quarterback keeper. They'll go empty backfield again. 2nd down and 7. Jones calling for it, wanting to throw this time. Throws over the middle. Ball is tipped and going to be incomplete. Intended out there for Caden Roach. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and a long 6. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 for the Mule Riders. Ball spotted at their own 21-yard line. Good crowd on hand on this cool Saturday afternoon here to watch the Weevils play their final home game of the regular season. Jones again, empty backfield, quarterback draw all the way. He's hitting the backfield, breaks one tackle. He's out over the 25, the 30, 35, 40. At midfield, he's down the left sideline and finally run out of bounds in Weevil territory all the way down at the 39-yard line of UAM. Weevils had him contained. He was able to break free. And when he did, he got into the secondary. There was no one at home for the Weevils. So 1st and 10, Southern Arkansas now at the Weevil 39-yard line. Quickly up to the line, no huddle. Put a man in motion. Handed off to him on the end around. Caught in the backfield and going to be dropped for a loss. Coming through to make the tackle for the Weevil is going to be Alfreni Hankins, a sophomore out of Charleston, Mississippi. It'll be a 3-yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd down and 13 now for the Mule Riders as they'll quickly come back to the line with no huddle. 4 wide. 2 on each side. Jones wanting to throw. Quick pass over the middle is complete. Down inside the 35, down to the Weevil 33-yard line. Making the catch over there. Going to be on number 11. That is Camden Perry. So 3rd down and 4. A gain of 6 on that last play. 3rd down and 4. Tight end goes in motion. Lines up on the short side. Jones wanting to throw. Looking right, throws tunnel screen, back inside on the left side, inside the 30 to the 25, down to the Weevil 20, and finally tripped up and brought down at the 18-yard line. As that'll move the chains, it'll be another 1st down. The Mule Riders go inside the red zone at the 18-yard line of the Boll Weevils with 11:03 left to play here in the first quarter. Trip receivers come wide right. Jones looking left, now looking right, has all day, now forced out of the pocket and is going to be sacked. Coming through to get the tackle for the Weevils, that's Alfreni again. Alfreni Hankins gets credit for the sack, his 2nd tackle for a loss today. This is going to be a loss of 4. So 2nd down and 14 now for the Mule Riders. They up-tempo it. Jones will keep it himself. Jones straight ahead inside the 15 to the 10 to the 5-yard line and finally wrestled down at the 5-yard line. O.B. Jones, the quarterback for the Mule Riders, carries it all the way down to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal to go for Southern Arkansas as UAM shuffling defensive players in and out. Mule Riders go with the fullback. Direct snap. Ball goes over the head of the quarterback all the way back to the 22-yard line. The Weevils are going to sack him back at the 24. It was a direct snap to 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍, the running back. It went past him. It's going to be a loss of 14 on the play. And there was a flag on the play as well. Illegal substitution by the defense. The UAM was shuffling too many people in and out. Didn't have somebody off the field in time, so they'll repeat first down. It'll remain, instead of being 2nd and goal from the 24, they'll mark it off. It'll remain first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3. Scales stays in at the quarterback now. He'll line up for the direct snap. As the Mule Riders get set, 2 tight ends to the left side. Scales takes the snap, goes over the right side. He's going to be at the 1-yard line, not going to get in. Going to be stopped shy of the goal line with 9:35 to play here in the first quarter. Quickly, they come back up to the line of scrimmage. Scales stays in for the direct snap. The quarterback, Jones, goes in motion. Scales takes the snap. He's up straight ahead, and this time he's into the end zone for the score. The Mule Riders get on the board first with 9:19 left to play in the opening quarter. And they'll lead at 6-0. With the extra point attempt coming. Their kicker is Austin Wilkerson. The holder is Andrew Schreiner, the punter for SAU. We await the snap. It's down. It's going to be on the way, and it is good. 7-0. The Mule Riders lead it here in the early going. We'll be back with more UAM football right after this timeout. Seven 0 Southern Arkansas has the lead with 9:19 left to play. They take their opening drive and end up going 74 yards in 8 plays. As they'll get the score there, as it was 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 Scales. He's normally the running back, but he lines up in that wild Mule Rider and takes a direct snap, and he'll get the score. Weevils on their first possession picked up 1 first down, then ended up punting away. So Southern Arkansas will get set to kick it off. Again, going back deep, Dorian Manuel on one side, and Deshaun Jackson will come here on the near side to us. Weevils moving from right to left here from a radio booth from south to north, as the Mule Riders get set to kick it off once again for the second time here this afternoon. Their kicker is Austin Wilkerson. He'll tee it up. Last time he kicked it to Jackson. Jackson had a nice return of 32 yards, and the Weevils ended up punting that drive away. Here goes the kickoff. This one's going to be fielded by Dorian Manuel. He's going to let it go into the end zone for an automatic touchback, and the Weevils will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line here with 9:19 left to play in the opening quarter. UAM's going to get their second possession of the afternoon. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. So we'll see if Kleinputer and the Weevils can get something going. This time at running back on this series going to be Hayden Thomas, the sophomore out of Kinder, Louisiana. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗓 calling for it, hands it off. Thomas, left side, cuts it up across the 25, out to the 27-yard line. A tough 2 yards before he's driven backwards. It'll be a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 now for the Boll Weevils. Both teams go with no huddle. SAU may be a little more up-tempo here in the early going than the Weevils. Trip receivers go wide right for 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗓. Thomas stays in at the running back out of the pistol formation. Play action, throws, complete, over the 30. Breaks the tackle out over the 35, out over the 40. Going to be out to the 43-yard line. Is making the catch and the run is Isaiah Cross, the sophomore out of Texarkana, Texas. That'll move the chains. It'll be a 1st down for the Boll Weevils. Out at their own 43-yard line. 1st and 10. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗓 sends trip receiver. Twin receivers wide right. Twins come wide left. Wanting to throw on 1st down. Straight drop, has all day. Now going deep down the field looking for Cross and going to throw it out of bounds. Down about the 30-yard line of SAU. It'll fall incomplete and bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Boll Weevils. With 8:03 left to play here in the 1st quarter, Southern Arkansas leading 7-0. Hayden Thomas stays in at the running back. 2nd down and 10 now. 4-man front defensively for Southern Arkansas. Handed off to Thomas. Thomas cuts back against the grain. He's tripped out over the 45, or tripped up out over the 45. He'll fall forward to the 47-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 4 on the play. And bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for UAM. 3rd down and 6 for the Boll Weevils. From their own 47-yard line, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗓 fakes it to Thomas, keeps it himself. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗓 straight ahead across midfield to the 49 of Southern Arkansas. It's going to be 2 yards shy of the 1st down. So the Weevils will be looking at 4th down and 2. Decision time for Coach Jackson. It looks like the Weevils are going to leave their offense out there, trailing 7-0 here with 7:12 left to play in the 1st quarter. The Weevils are going to leave the offense out there to go for it. On 4th and 2 from the Southern Arkansas 49-yard line. Twin receivers go wide right. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗓 fakes it to Thomas, keeps it himself, comes around the left side, and he's not going to get it. They're going to mark him shy, I think, at the 48-yard line. Needed to get to the 47. The Weevils are going to turn it over on downs at the 48-yard line of Southern Arkansas. So the Weevils turn it over on downs, trailing 7-0 here in the 1st quarter with 6:53 to play. And the Mule Riders offense back out on the field. O.B. Jones moves back at quarterback. Your running back is 𝗗𝗓𝗓𝗄𝗓 𝗟𝗟. He'll line up on the right side of Jones. Trip receivers go wide left. Jones hands it off left side. Going to be across midfield into Weevil territory down to the 47-yard line of UAM. As the ball carrier this time is Caden Roach. He's a sophomore out of Magnolia, Arkansas. He'll pick up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 now for the Mule Riders. Jones calling for it. Wanting to throw. Under pressure. Avoids it. Rolls to his right. Throws down the field. It's caught at the 35, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Going to be stopped shy of the goal line. No, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mule Riders. But there is a flag back up the field, so hold everything. Up near the line of scrimmage.
Downfield, number 77.
An eligible player downfield for the Mule Riders, so nullify the throw and catch and the touchdown, and we'll come back, mark the penalty off against the Mule Riders. Wow. Making that catch and run for the Mule Riders was Cole Williams. The penalty goes against one of the big offensive linemen who went downfield. They'll mark off the 5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Spot the football back at the original line of scrimmage. Jones looking left, throws back right, tunnel screen, caught and then tackled immediately, and coming up to make the stop for the Boll Weevils, it's going to be D.K. Henderson. the sophomore out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A short gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7 now for Southern Arkansas as they spot it at the UAM 49-yard line. So 3rd down and 7 for the Mule Riders. Trip receivers go wide left. Jones out of the shotgun, straight drop, 4-man rush. Forced out of the pocket now. He'll run himself as he cuts across midfield. Going to be stopped shy of the 1st down marker at the 46. And once again coming up to make the stop is D.K. Henderson for the Boll Weevils. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 4. The Mule Riders are going to send their punting unit on. Going back deep for the Weevils to return is going to be 𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗟 Smith. 𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗟's going to stand about his own 10-yard line as he awaits the punt of Andrew Schneider. Everybody set. Gets a good snap, no pressure. Weevils try to set up a return. A high, wobbly, short kick. Smith calling for the fair catch and will make it at the 13-yard line. So the Weevils will have it for the 3rd time this afternoon. 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line, trailing Southern Arkansas 7-0 our score. 4 minutes, 59 seconds left to play here in the 1st quarter. Again, battle of the Timberline. Big trophies on the line today. Weevils had it for a year. They want to keep it. And we got a new quarterback now into the ball game for the Boll Weevils. That's going to be Hunter Watson, a freshman out of Salina, Texas. Tries a pass out here in the left flat. Going to be incomplete, intended for Jordan Mansfield. So Hunter Watson getting the duties at quarterback now for the Boll Weevils. 2nd down and 10. Ball spotted at their own 13-yard line. Empty backfield for Watson. Twin receivers go to either side. Put Manuel in motion. Watson's going to keep it himself. Watson across the 15, out to the 20, the 25, 30. Going to be finally run out of bounds up near the 33-yard line as Hunter Watson on the scramble there, and the freshman. He's 6'3", out of Salina, Texas, and he's got some speed. Move the chains. That'll be a 1st down for the Boll Weevils with 4:30 left to play here in the opening quarter. Southern Arkansas leading 7-0. They mark it at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 Weevils. Again, empty backfield. This time they'll hand it off to Manuel on the end around. Manuel crosses the 35. He's out over the 40, out to the 41-yard line. And Dorian Manuel, some hard running. Just lowered his shoulder, kept his feet driving, moves the football for 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 now for the Boll Weevils. Ball spotted at their own 41-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Watson. Again, they stay with an empty backfield and 5 wide this time. Trip receivers wide left, Twins go wide right. Mule Riders stay with a 4-man front defensively. Watson, quarterback draw, keeps it himself straight ahead, trying to get the 1st down, and he does, as he'll get it just shy of the 45-yard line. Needed the line to gain was the 43. Gets about 1.5 yards more than he needed, and we'll move the chains and keep the drive alive for UAM. 1st and 10, Boll Weevils at their own 45-yard line. 3:17 to play, opening quarter. Mule Riders lead at 7-0. Weevils stay empty backfield again. They fake it to Manuel. Watson keeps it himself across midfield. He'll be inside Mule Rider territory down to the 46-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play for Hunter Watson. That's going to be something that the Mule Riders probably had not prepared for. They had prepared for Edwin Kleinpeter at quarterback. Watson coming in here on this 3rd possession, moving the ball, moving the chains. 2nd down and 1 now for UAM. This time he'll hand it off to Manuel. Dorian hit at the line. He's going to get it close to the 1st down marker. I believe he's going to be shy. Needed to get almost to the 45. He's just inside the 46-yard line, so it's going to be about a length of a football shy of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and less than 1 yard now for the Boll Weevils. UAM at the moment 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. They go in the pistol formation with Manuel, the running back. Watson calling for it. Leaves it with Dorian. Dorian straight ahead. He's going to get the first down as he'll carry it inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. And that'll keep the chains moving and keep the drive alive with under 2 minutes left to play in the opening quarter. 7-0 our score. Southern Arkansas has the lead. Caleb Jacobs checks in at wide receiver. Ian Mesh, the tight end, will come out. Weevils will spread it out. Trip receivers come wide left. One goes wide right. Watson keeps it himself. Fakes it to Manuel. Right side. He's inside the 40, down to the 35, almost to the 34-yard line. Going to be very close to another first down, just about a half a yard shy. It'll be second down and less than a yard now for the Boll Weevils. As Hunter Watson getting the job done for the Boll Weevils here this afternoon. Making the most of his opportunities. Second down and less than a yard now for the Boll Weevils from the Mule Rider 35-yard line. Blitz coming. Mule Rider's going to be offside. Free play for the Boll Weevils. They'll throw it complete to Cross. It's a short gainer down to the 31. But the Mule Riders were across the line of scrimmage and in the neutral zone.
Offsides, defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Offsides against the defense will mark off the penalty. That'll be another first down for UAM. Less than a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Mule Riders lead at 7-0. Boll Weevils on the move. It'll be 1st and 10, UAM at the 30-yard line of Southern Arkansas. Dorian Manuel stays in at the running back. Ian Mesh checked back in at the tight end. Isaiah Cross and Jordan Mansfield split wide left. Pass out in the flat, complete to Isaiah. Breaks one tackle. He's at the 30. Going to carry it down close to the 26-yard line before he's finally tackled there. That'll be a gain of almost 4. We'll call it a gain of 3 on the play as they mark it at the 27-yard line. Second down and 7 now for the Boll Weevils. Isaiah Cross is a sophomore out of Texarkana, Texas. He'll split wide right with trip receivers wide right on 2nd and 7. Handoff left side, big hole inside the 25, down to the 20-yard line goes the big running back Gary Furman, the junior out of Santa Ana, California, and he'll pick up another first down for the Boll Weevils. It'll be 1st and 10, first appearance inside the red zone this afternoon for the Boll Weevils as time is running out here at the end of the first quarter. Our score, 7-0. The Mule Riders have the lead. Weevils are on the move and knocking on the door as they get to the red zone. We'll come back with the second quarter for you here from Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium right after this timeout. Seven 0 Southern Arkansas has the lead over the Boll Weevils. We get set to start the second quarter. So far this afternoon, the Weevils with 88 yards on the ground. Southern Arkansas with 66 yards rushing. Total offense, Weevils 107. Southern Arkansas with 92. Watson this time's going to hand it off straight ahead. I believe it was Dorian Manuel with the carry. He'll carry it inside the 15, down close to the 11-yard line. They'll mark it at the 12. So a gain of 8. Second down and 2. Manuel will come out. Furman will check back in. Well, you go from Dorian Manuel, who's 6'1", about 180 pounds, to Furman, who's about 6'2" and 230 pounds. Going to hand it off to Furman. Furman right side, carries it inside the 10. He'll have the first down at the 9-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go for the Boll Weevils here. Just underway to start the second quarter. Mule Riders lead at 7-0. Weevils trying to knock on the door here. Manuel will check back in. Furman comes out at running back. Two receivers will check in. That's Isaiah Cross and Caleb Jacobs. They'll split wide left along with Mansfield. Watson calling for the snap, and now the big offensive lineman's going to jump off sides. Oh, boy. Hit it first and goal to goal from the 9, and now it'll be first and goal from the 14 as the Weevils have a miscue there on offense. 13:47 to play in the first half. 7-0 our score. Mule Riders lead it. Weevils trying to answer and get back in this one. Hunter Watson, your quarterback, the freshman, the true freshman, out of Salina, Texas. Takes the snap, fakes it to Manuel, keeps it himself around the right side. He's back inside the 10, going to be run out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9-yard line, it looks like. So he'll get it back to the original line of scrimmage of where we started. It'll be second and goal from the 9 now for UAM. Weevils offensive coordinator calling the plays in, Ryan Lusby. Cedric Smith splits wide to the right. Watson works out of the shotgun. Dorian Manuel out of the pistol formation behind him. Watson takes the snap, wanting to throw, looking into the end zone. Going to be incomplete, intended for Isaiah Cross. He was double teamed, threw it in a crowd, tried to force it in the hole. Mule Riders were able to knock it away. So it'll be third and goal now from the 9-yard line for the Weevils. They're going to bring in the two tight end set now, as Mesh will check back in. He going to line up on the right side along with Cross and Smith. On third and goal from the 9. We'll try the reverse to Isaiah Cross. A lot of green grass. He's at the 5. Isaiah toward the pylon, and he's not going to get in. Going to be at the 1-yard line. Southern Arkansas did a good job of closing that. I thought he had it all the way. Coming up to make the stop there for Southern Arkansas, going to be Blake May. And the Mule Riders will force UAM to go a fourth and goal from inside the 1-yard line. And the offense will stay out there. It looks like Kleinpeter is going to check back in at quarterback. We look to see a dose of him here on fourth and goal from the 1. And now we've got an injured player and a timeout. We'll take the break with them. 7-0 our score. Southern Arkansas leads it. We're back in just a moment.
Media timeout. Media.
Cheer those Weevils into the end zone. Come on.
As we come back out of the timeout, Kleinpeter goes underneath center. He'll hand it off up the middle to the fullback. There's some discussion of whether he made it in. Mule Riders say he didn't. Weevils say they did. No official indication. No, he did not get in. Stopped short of the goal line. The Weevils get turned away on 4th and goal from inside the 1. So the Mule Riders will take over at their own inch line, leading 7-0 with 11:53 to play here in the first half. Wow. Weevils couldn't knock it in from inside the 1 there on 4th and goal. Of course, if you had review, they'd try to review it. There's nothing here in Division II for review. Mule Riders take over. They'll take over, and Jones will be in the backfield out of the shotgun from his own end zone. Takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. Runs it over the right side. He's going to get a couple of yards, maybe 3, out close to the 4-yard line before he's finally brought down there. Yeah, we'll call it a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Gives them a little bit of breathing room out from the shadow of their own goalpost. This time Jones is standing on the goal line when he gets the snap. Takes the snap, hands it off right side, out over the 5, out to the 10, hits the sideline, going to be run out of bounds up near the 15, make it the 17-yard line. As on the carry that time was Caden Roach for Southern Arkansas. The Mule Riders get a first down and get a lot of breathing room now as they're out to the 17-yard line. Leading 7-0, Mule Riders with the football. 1st and 10. Jones, again, same play, hands it off. This time Weevils are not fooled. They're going to catch him in the backfield and drop him for a loss. Back at the 13-yard line. It's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play. As making the stop for the Weevils. Over there, I believe, who was that? Hankins again? 2nd down and 14, a loss of 4. This time Jones wanting to throw. Looking over the middle of the field, he throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Broken up by the safety out there, Bryson LeBlanc, the freshman out of Iowa, Louisiana. Doing a good job defensively for the Weevils. Breaking that pass up. It'll be 3rd down and 14 now for Southern Arkansas. So a 3rd and long. Mule Riders are 2 out of 3 this afternoon on 3rd down conversions. They go with trip receivers wide to the left. One goes wide right. Ball on the right hash mark. Jones changing the play at the line of scrimmage now as they look over the defense. Weevils showing a 5-man front defensively. They got a linebacker showing blitz. They will bring the blitz. Jones on the quarterback draw. He's got a big hole. He's out over the 15. Nice open field tackle by LeBlanc, who comes up to make the tackle out at the 18-yard line. And it will bring up a 4th down and 9 for Southern Arkansas. They'll be forced to punt it away. So the Weevil defense, once again playing lights out like they did last week. Offense has still got to put some points on the board. 7-0 our score. Southern Arkansas leads it with 9:54 to play here in the first half. Dorian Manuel will go back deep to await the punt. And now UAM's going to call a timeout here. If they didn't have the right personnel out on the field or what, but we'll see. We'll take the break with them and be back with more UAM football right after this timeout. 7-0, the Mule Riders lead it. They're looking at 4th down and 9. They're going to be forced to punt it. They'll do it, and it'll be a high wobbly kick. It'll hit at the UAM 48 and take a bounce back toward midfield, and that's where the Weevils will have it. 1st and 10, actually at the 49-yard line of Southern Arkansas. Mule Riders lead 7-0, and the only score we've had, UAM inside the red zone, got it all the way down to the 1 and turned it over on downs at 4th and 1 inside the 1-yard line. So far, UAM's run 27 plays, 131 yards of offense here in the first half. Southern Arkansas, 18 plays and 109 yards. UAM's had the football 12 and a half minutes of the first half so far, and Southern Arkansas 5 minutes and 41 seconds. The Battle of the Timberlands is what this game is called. It's for a trophy. Big trophy game. And the Weevils won it last year, have had to keep it, got to keep the trophy all year long. And we're hoping to keep it again, but right now they trail 7-0 to the Mule Riders. 9:42 to play in the first half. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 going to be back in at quarterback now. Furman going to be your running back, Gary Furman. On 1st down, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗦𝗠 play action, wanting to throw, wanting to go deep down the field, has a man. That's Mansfield. He makes the catch at the 5 as he's falling down. Mansfield makes the catch. What a catch it was as he was falling down at the 5-yard line. Jordan Mansfield with the catch. 1st and goal to go Weevils now as they'll quickly come back up to the line of scrimmage. On 1st and goal, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗑𝗠𝗡 hands it off to Furman. Furman goes left side, hit at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be all. Nothing there. Coming through to make the stop for Southern Arkansas is Cam Taylor. He's 6'2", a redshirt freshman out of Houston, Texas. 6'2", 270 pounds. Hunter Watson's going to check back in at quarterback now for the Boll Weevils. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗑𝗠𝗡 will come out. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. And the Weevils are going to go empty backfield. Watson all alone, 5 receivers. Now put Furman in motion. Fake it to Furman. Watson keeps it himself, and he's caught in the backfield and going to be dropped for a 5-yard loss or a 4-yard loss back to the 9-yard line. Wow, Mule Riders weren't fooled at all by that play. It'll bring up a 3rd and goal from just inside the 10-yard line. 8 minutes left to play in the first half. Mule Riders lead 7-0. Second time today. Weevils have been inside the red zone, inside the 10. Watson again, empty backfield, wanting to throw. Forced out of the pocket, running to his left. Now scrambles straight ahead. Going to be sacked back at the 13-yard line. The Mule Riders brought the pressure. Hunter Watson goes down. He'll come up limping a little bit. And the Weevils are looking at 4th and goal now from the 14-yard line as we'll send 𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗂 in to attempt a field goal here. So the field goal unit will come on. Weevils will try to get some points out of the boards after being inside the red zone for the 2nd time. This will be a 30-yard attempt from the left hash mark for the right-footed kicker. Snap is down. The kick's on its way, and it is no good. It hooked wide left. So the Weevils come up empty-handed again, twice inside the red zone, and they have no score to put on the board. 7-0. The Mule Riders still lead it with 7:07 to play. Here in the first half, Mule Riders will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Obi Jones has gone all the way at quarterback for them so far this afternoon. We have seen the direct snap go a couple of times to Jarique Scales. Scales will line up in the backfield along with Jones. Jones out of the shotgun with twin receivers wide left. One goes wide right. Jones hands it off. Scales, right side. Scales gets it out over the 20, out to the 22-yard line. A gain of only 2 there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 now for the Mule Riders. So 2nd and 8 from their own 22-yard line. As the officials call timeout for some reason. They're going over to discuss things over on the Mule Rider sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And now a timeout called. I believe we're going to send one of the UAM players to the sideline for some reason. This is an equipment malfunction. They send Greg Hooks out. He has to come out. Checking in for him is going to be DeQuan Street. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 now for the Mule Riders. Obie Jones, your quarterback for Southern Arkansas. He works out of the shotgun with twin receivers wide left, one to throw. Jones steps up in the pocket, fires down the field, complete out over the 40, close to midfield and upended, and brought down there is going to be the wide receiver for them, Cole Williams, with the catch and run. That'll move the chains out to midfield. For a gain of 30 on the play. And brings up a 1st and 10 with 6:35. They'll snap it quickly. Handoff goes over the right side to Scales. Scales carries it across midfield down to the Weevil 46-yard line. A gain of 4 on that play. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. No hurdle. Up-tempo offense by Southern Arkansas. They'll hand it off again to Scales over the right side. Scales cuts it up inside the 45, down close to the 43-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 now for Southern Arkansas. Mule Riders are 2 out of 4 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 3 make it. It goes the direct snap to Scales. Flags come in. We're going to have a procedure call against the Mule Riders. Offsides against Southern Arkansas. So back them up 5. Instead of 3rd and 3, it'll be 3rd and 8 now. Penalty-wise, that'll be the 3rd penalty for 15 yards against Southern Arkansas. UAM's been penalized 3 times for 18 on the day. Spot the football back close to the 47 to make it the 48-yard line, the UAM 48. 3rd down and 8. Jones goes back to the quarterback spot. Scales moves over to the running back spot here on the left side of Jones. Twin receivers on either side now on 3rd and long. Jones, play action. Looking to his right, fires over the middle. It's going to get it to Scales out of the backfield. Scales dives forward to the 40. He'll have the 1st down. He was the relief valve. No one was open downfield. Somehow Scales slipped out of the backfield, and there wasn't a linebacker there to pick him up. 1st and 10 Mule Riders. Again, back to the line of scrimmage they come. Handoff, fake it to Scales. Jones, the quarterback, keeps it himself. He'll carry it inside the 40, down close to the 36-yard line, as that'll be a gain of 3 on the play. They don't give you time to catch your breath as they run this up-tempo offense. 4:30 left to play in the first half. Mule Riders leading 7-0. Trip receivers come wide left. Jones gets the direct snap, hands it off to Scales. Scales coming to the left side, loses the football. It's on the ground, and the Weevils are going to pick it up. Picking up the loose football for the Weevils is going to be Bryce LeBlanc. And UAM forces the turnover, and the Weevils will get the football back at their own 30, make it their own 26-yard line. Scales lost the football. It went bouncing along the ground, and there was LeBlanc to pick it up, but as he did, he stepped out of bounds right on the sideline. 1st and 10, Bo Weevils from their own 26 now with 4:16 remaining here in the first half. Weevils have 2 timeouts to work with. Trailing 7-0. At quarterback, Edwin Kleinpeter. He hands it off to Hayden Thomas. Thomas trying to get to the edge outside the numbers. He carries it across the 25. It's going to be a short gain of a yard and bring up second down and 9 now for UAM. So second and long after a gain of only 1 by Hayden Thomas. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 out of the gun again, calling for the snap. Play action, wanting to throw. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗑 all day. Now finally unloads it, has a man wide open at the 45 of Southern Arkansas. To the 40, to the 30, and going to be knocked down and out of bounds. And making the catch is going to be Jordan Mansfield, and he was wide open over the middle of the field. But 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗑 had all day to sit back there and finally find an open receiver. First and 10, Bo Weevils at the Mule Rider 30-yard line. Southern Arkansas leading 7-0. Handoff going to go to Thomas. Thomas cuts it back against the grain. He's inside the 30, gets tripped up and brought down at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, this time by Hayden Thomas. Checking in at wide receiver for the Bo Weevils now is going to be Nick Howard, a freshman out of Metairie, Louisiana. He'll go in and split wide to the left. He and Isaiah Cross are out there. Second down, 5 for the Bo Weevils from the 26 of Southern Arkansas. Handed off to Thomas again. Thomas hit at the line of scrimmage. He may get a half a yard, and that's all. It's coming through to make the stop for Southern Arkansas is Jacob Berry, linebacker from Round Rock, Texas. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go here before halftime. Weevils down by 7. Looking at 3rd and 4 from the 25 of Southern Arkansas. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗑 in the pocket, wanting to throw in. Trouble's going to be sacked. Back at the 28-yard line. And coming through to get the sack for Southern Arkansas is going to be Dawson Scott, the defensive end for the Mule Riders. It'll bring up 4th down and 7 for the Weevils. A loss of 4 on that last play. We go under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Weevils have 2 timeouts remaining, but looking at 4th down here and 7. And they're going to go for it. Trailing 7-0. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗑 stays in at quarterback. Thomas the lone setback. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗑 steps up in the pocket. Now throws it deep down the field. Looking for Mansfield. It's caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Bo Weevils. That is Isaiah Cross, I believe, with the catch. Yes, Isaiah Cross with the catch. I thought it was Mansfield, but it's Isaiah Cross with a nice catch in the end zone, and the Weevils are an extra point away from tying this ball game here with 1:35 left to play before halftime. We're waiting for the extra point unit to get out there. Everybody needs to get on board. Play clock down to 10 as they come to the line of scrimmage. Caleb Jacobs does the holding. 𝗗𝗓𝗏 does the kicking. Zachary snaps down. The kick's on its way, and it is good. That was Marquise McKnight with the kicker this time. Puts it through the uprights, and we've got a tie ball game. 7-7 our score here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. The Weevils and the Mule Riders all knotted up. 1:35 left to play before half. We're back after this timeout. Well, the Weevils tie it up 7-7. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗑 hits Isaiah Cross on a 32-yard pass play to tie the ball game here at 7-7. As the Weevils take advantage of the turnover, they go 74 yards in 11 plays. And we got a new ball game. As UAM gets set to kick it off, Mule Riders will send a couple of players back deep. Looks like number 31 on one side is Blake May. And on the other side is going to be 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥. As 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 handle the kickoff duties. That was McKnight that kicked the extra point a moment ago. High end over end kick going to be fielded at the 8-yard line. Returned up over the 10, the 15 to the 20, 25, hit to the 30. I'm going to be out close to the 36-yard line before he's finally brought down there. With 1:27 left to play here in the first half, Mule Riders will have the football with all 3 timeouts remaining. And we got a new ball game tied at 7-7. As they'll spot the football, there's a flag, however, on the far side, so let's see what the flag's about. A chop block against the Mule Riders, so they'll mark it from the spot of the foul, which is at the 31-yard line. Going to mark it all the way back to the 16. And that's where the Mule Riders will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. With 1:27 to play before half, we're all tied at 7-7 here in the Battle of the Timberlands. O.B. Jones, the quarterback, works out of the shotgun. Twin receivers go wide right. He's going to hand it off. That's going to be number 3. That's 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠😅 on the carry. Roach will get it out close to the 19. A gain of 3 on the play. So 2nd down and 7. Again, no huddle, up tempo, right back to the line of scrimmage. Same play, handed off to Roach again. Roach at the 20. Got to get it out to the 22. He's going to be hit there and brought down. Coming up to make the stop for the Boll Weevils with Donde Fuller. And also in on the stop for UAM was Bryson LeBlanc. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and a long 4 now for the Mule Riders here with 1:04 left to play. And now UAM is going to use their final timeout, it looks like, to save some clock. And they want the ball back. If they can stop them here and get the ball back. UAM calls the timeout. We'll keep it right here. Mule Riders looking at 3rd down and almost 5. Ball is at their own 22-yard line. Then you get out close to the 27 for the 1st down. Again, UAM uses their final timeout of the half to stop the clock. And, possibly stop them here and make them punt it, and then you have maybe a shot or 2 at the end zone. All tied 7-7. Mule Riders will come out of the timeout with twin receivers wide right. One comes wide left. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠😅, the lone setback in the backfield. Tight end to the wide side of the field. Ball on the left hash mark. O.B. Jones, your quarterback. You look over the defense. Weevils showing a 3-man front defensively. Now the officials finally going to blow it back in play. With 1:07 left to go before half. 3rd down and a long 4. We'll call it 5. O.B. straight drop. Jones forced up now out of the pocket. He'll take off running. Jones up to the 25. Going to go out of bounds, and that'll help the Weevils as he goes out of bounds up at the 25-yard line. And that's going to be well shy. He's going to lose. He's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. See where they mark him. Depend on the spot. They say he got it just beyond the 26 to get the 1st down. So they will move the chains, keep the drive alive for Southern Arkansas. The clock did stop with 1 minute left to play. 7-7 our score. Mule Riders 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Empty backfield. Jones looking, wanting to throw. Throws deep over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended down there for his favorite target here in the first half, Cole Williams. Ball sails over his head. That only took 6 seconds off the clock, so 54 seconds remain before halftime. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 now for Southern Arkansas. Caden Roach, the lone setback in the backfield. He'll line up on the left side of Jones. Jones again wanting to throw. Pressure coming. He's forced out of the pocket. He'll run it himself. Out over the 30. Out close to the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9 on the play. And Southern Arkansas calls the timeout here. It was 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and 2, a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. With 44 seconds remaining before halftime, all tied 7-7. Weevils and the Mule Riders are all tied up. Southern Arkansas took the timeout here to try to figure out what they want to do. They have it 3rd down and 2 at their own 34-yard line. These teams really don't like one another. Big rivalry between the two. Battle of the Timberlands. It's a trophy on the line here this afternoon. Tradition goes back a long ways between the two schools. As we come out of the timeout, Mule Riders with twin receivers on either side. 3rd down and 2. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Roach, and he's out over the 40. He's got the first down out to the 42-yard line. As Caden Roach goes straight ahead. They'll move the chains quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Southern Arkansas snaps the football. Jones, straight drop all day long. Now forced out of the pocket, in trouble, and going to be sacked. Back at the 39-yard line. Coming through is going to be, for the Weevils, that is Alfreni Hankins, sophomore out of Charleston, Mississippi. He'll get credit for the sack, and the loss is all the way back to the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 13, a loss of 3 on that play. And Southern Arkansas has used their 2nd timeout of the half, as they call another timeout with 23 seconds remaining before halftime. All tied at 7-7. Weevils have had a couple opportunities to push more points on the board, but they're 1 for 3 inside the red zone this afternoon. Mule Riders are 1 for 1 inside the red zone. All right, here we go. Back to action. Trip receivers going a bunch set wide to the right. That'll be the wide side of the field. Jones out of the shotgun. Weevils rush 3. Jones steps up. Now he's forced out of the pocket. He'll run it himself. Across the 40, going to be tripped up. Nice open field tackle by the Bull Weevils, and that's Donde Fuller, the junior out of Belleville, Illinois. It was just him and the quarterback, Jones, one-on-one, and he makes the great tackle. 3rd and 11. Jones wanting to throw again. Dumps it off underneath to Roach. Roach is hit immediately as he catches the football. As time guns out here at the end of the first quarter, I believe. There's no time left on the clock. He went out of bounds. We'll see if they put any time back up on the clock and play another down. They spot the football at the 40-yard line. It would have been 4th down and 11 for Southern Arkansas. The officials talking with Coach Jackson. And that's going to be the end of the first half. We're all tied at 7-7 here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. The Weevils and the Mule Riders going at it here this afternoon. 7-7 our score. Both teams head toward the locker room. We'll take a break and come back with our halftime show for you when we return in just a few moments.
direct your attention to the 50-yard line in recognition of our game day sponsor, BASF in Mid-South Seed. Representing today is Katie Richardson, Michael Hyatt, and Will Jackson. They're being accompanied by Assistant Athletic Director for External Affairs, Garyana Pace, and UAM Chancellor, Dr. Peggy Doss, who are presenting them with a commemorative football helmet for their sponsorship of today's game. We thank you for your continued support of UAM Athletics.
Back here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium, the Weevils and the Mule Riders all tied 7-7. Recapping the scoring for you. The Mule Riders got on the board first with 9:19 left to go in the first quarter as they put together an 11-play, 84-yard drive. That was their first possession of the ball game. Took them 3 minutes and 47 seconds as 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 rushed it up the middle for 1 yard to cap off that scoring drive for them. The extra point was good. They led 7-0. They led till with almost halftime. A minute 35 remaining here in the first half. The Weevils get on the board as Monticello capped off a 6-play, 74-yard drive. That followed a fumble by Southern Arkansas, who was driving down the field. And the Weevils forced a fumble at the 26-yard line. Weevils go 6 plays, 74 yards, took 2 minutes and 39 seconds. As Edwin Kleinpeter hit a pass to Jordan Mansfield for 28 yards. The extra point was added by Marquise McKnight. We're tied 7-7, and that's where we are here at halftime here this afternoon. All tied 7-7 at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. The Weevils and the Mule Riders here in the Battle of the Timberlands going on here in Monticello here this afternoon. The UAM Marching Band fixing to perform for us for at halftime. Great crowd on hand to watch them on this cool Saturday afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the weather that's finally turned autumn-like here today. Going to be that way for, looks like, all this coming next week. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more UAM football at halftime right after this timeout. We welcome you back here to Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium at halftime. 7-7 our score. The Weevils and the Mule Riders all tied. The UAM Marching Band performing for the crowd here this afternoon. Let's go on the field and catch some of their action.
She is the first female performer to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and is a recipient of the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Continuing our show, we will feature trumpet soloist 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 from Dumas, Arkansas on Franklin's 1986 hit, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. The UAM Marching Band performing for us here at halftime on this final game of the regular season for the Weevils and the Mule Riders. 7-7 our score here at the half. We'll take a break and come back and look at the numbers for you here in the first half when we return after this timeout. Halftime show with the UAM Marching Band. We thank them for their musicianship, hard work, and dedication to this ensemble. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 from Hope, Arkansas is graduating with a business with a marketing concentration degree.
It's always a relief.
Is a double major in diesel engineering and computer information systems. Jonathan Berry from Birmingham, Alabama is a music performance major with an emphasis in jazz studies. Abigail Jerry from El Dorado, Arkansas is getting a BA in instrumental music and political science. Audrey Wilson from Mount Vernon, Texas is getting a degree in applied science and technology and graduating with her paramedic license. Lewis from Texarkana, Arkansas, graduating with a music education degree. science major with an emphasis in jazz studies. Blake Sullivan from Conway, Arkansas, is getting a degree in computer information systems. Katie Vermelia from Sheridan, Arkansas, is a double major in English and history. Anna Marie Ward from Texarkana, Arkansas, is getting a degree in communication with an emphasis in media. And Matthew Welch from Pentonville, Texas, is graduating with a computer information systems degree with a concentration in cybersecurity. Thank you, seniors. Congratulations and good luck.
Back here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium at halftime, 7-7 our score. The Weevils and the Mule Riders all tied up here in the Battle of the Timberlands, the trophy on the line. And both teams playing their hearts out here this afternoon. Looking at the numbers here in the first half, UAM with 11 first downs, Southern Arkansas with 8. UAM has rushed the football 27 times for 108 yards on the afternoon. Mule Riders 24 times for 125 yards on the ground. Passing, Southern Arkansas 7 out of 10 for 66 yards. Weevils 5 out of 10 for 133 yards. So total offense pretty even on the number of plays. Southern Arkansas has run 34 offensive plays, 191 total yards, while the Weevils have run 37 offensive plays and 241 yards of offense here in the first half. Penalties, Southern Arkansas penalized 4 times for 30 yards, UAM 3 for 18. Time of possession, UAM's had the football 17 minutes and 40 seconds here in the first half. Mule Riders only 10 minutes and 60 seconds of the first half. Mule Riders have gone 5 of 8 on third down conversions. The Weevils only 1 of 6 on third down conversions as the team. We'll take a look at individual numbers for you here in the first half as we're all tied 7-7. Weevils and the Mule Riders. We're back after this timeout. All tied 7-7 here at halftime. Both Bo Weevils and the Mule Riders tied up here this afternoon on a beautiful Saturday. Cool outside, finally autumn-like weather, and finally football weather, it seems like. Looking at individual numbers for you, here in the first half, the quarterback for Southern Arkansas, Obi Jones, has gone 7 of 10 passing for 66 yards on the afternoon. He's been sacked twice. Rushing the football, he's their leading ground gainer. He has 12 carries. and 81 yards on the afternoon. His longest run was a 38-yard run there. That was on that opening drive they had that they scored on. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥, 6 carries for 21 yards. Roach has 3 carries for 14. Receiving-wise, his favorite receiver has been Williams. That is Cole Williams. 2 catches for 26 yards on the afternoon. McDonald, 1 catch for 15. Looking at the Weevils on the other side, you've got 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍𝗑. He went 4 of 7 in the first half. 130 yards through the air. The longest was a 43-yard pass play, and he has 1 touchdown and been sacked 1 time. Hunter Watson, who came in and played a few series, he went 1 of 3 through the air for 3 yards and got sacked twice on the afternoon. Receiving-wise, or make it rushing-wise, Hunter Watson leads the way as he rushed the ball 7 times for 34 yards. Longest was a 15-yard run. Then you had Gary Furman with 5 carries for 32 yards on the afternoon. Dorian Manuel, 4 carries for 18, and Hayden Thomas, 6 carries for 12. Weevils, like they've done all season long, doing the rushing by group effort with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different players carrying the football this afternoon for them. Receiving-wise, Jordan Mansfield, 3 catches, 114 yards, a touchdown. The longest was a 43-yard reception that was on that scoring drive the Weevils had after they recovered a fumble at the 26-yard line of Southern Arkansas and went 74 yards in 6 plays to get the score here just before halftime to tie the ball game. Isaiah Cross has 2 catches for 19 yards on the afternoon. As we are at halftime here in Monticello. Remind you, this is our final game of the regular season football-wise. Basketball is getting started. Both the UAM men and women are on the road playing in invitational tournaments this weekend. Both of them lost yesterday in their opening round game, so they hope to right the ship and do better today. But we'll try to get some scores maybe if we can before we go off the air this afternoon on the basketball. Our first broadcast for you comes up on December the 1st as the Weevils and the Blossoms will be opening up Great American Conference play basketball-wise on the road at Arkansas Tech. That'll be on Thursday, December the 1st, and that'll be our first UAM basketball broadcast for you here on KHBM 93.7, your home of UAM Sports. Both teams are starting to make their way out of the dressing rooms. We're just about set for the second half of football here as we're all tied 7-7. Again, the Mule Riders got on the scoreboard first. They led 7-0 most of the first half until a minute 35 remaining where the Weevils found the end zone. And the extra point was good, tied the ball game there with a minute 35 left to go before half. So it's been a pretty defensive battle this afternoon between both of these squads. We don't expect anything different here in the second half as the Battle of the Timberlands continues here in just a few moments. We'll be back with more UAM football after this timeout. 7-7 our score as we get set to start the third quarter here this afternoon, and it will be the Weevils getting the football to start the third quarter. As the Mule Riders won the opening toss, elected to receive, so UAM will get the football to start the third period. Both teams scored once in the first half. Southern Arkansas in the first quarter, UAM just before halftime to tie the ball game. And I was wrong. It'll be Southern Arkansas getting the football first. UAM went, they had the ball first to start the game. They did pick up a first down, then ended up punting on their first possession. Mule Riders took their opening possession and scored to take the early lead, 7-0. All right, so UAM will get set to kick it off. Back deep for the Mule Riders, going to be Melvin Smith on one side, and on the other side is Blake May. Gsadi will hand the kickoff duties as the third quarter is underway. High kick, going to be fielded by Smith up at the 22, up over the 25 to the 30, stumbles forward out to the 32-yard line, and it'll be down there at the 31 where they're going to mark him down. So the Mule Riders will have it 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line as we get started here in the third quarter, all tied 7-7. And we'll see if the Weevil defense can continue what they did in the first half as they held Southern Arkansas to 191 yards of total offense there in the first half. Obi Jones stays at quarterback. The running back is Jakari Scales. Going to fake it to Scales. Jones keeps it straight ahead himself, and he'll carry it out close to the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4 on the play. Up tempo, no huddle. They go empty backfield now, 5 wide. Back to the line of scrimmage. Jones calling for it, wanting to throw. Quick pass over the middle is going to be complete out near the 40-yard line. And making the catch out there for Southern Arkansas, going to be Cole Williams again. Coming up to make the stop on him there is Gennaro Scott, the linebacker. That was a gain of 5, so it'll be 3rd and 1 here in this opening drive of the third quarter. Scales goes for the direct snap. He'll take it, come to the right side. He's got the first down as he stumbles his way out over the 45, out to the 47-yard line. Jakari Scales picks up the first down for the Mule Riders here on this first possession of the third period. Just under 14 minutes left to play third quarter, all tied 7-7. Trip receivers go wide left. Jones moves back to the quarterback spot. Hands off to Scales. Scales over the left side, cuts it up. He'll get to midfield, and that'll be a gain of 3 on the play. As coming up to make the stop for UAM, looks like Joshua McGarty was in on the stop for UAM. Also over there, Alfreni Hankins. 2nd down and 7. Jones calling for the snap. Play action, wanting to throw under pressure, delivers it down the field, going to overthrow his intended receiver. The pressure was coming from up the middle. He had to unload it before he really was ready to. And coming through from the linebacker spot there for the Weevils, it's going to be Donde Fuller. He laid the leather on Jones when he got ready to release it. 3rd down and 7 now for the Mule Riders. They'll go empty backfield again and 5 wide. Jones out of the shotgun. Straight drop back. Weevils rush 4. He throws over the middle. It's complete inside the 40 to the Weevil 35, all the way down to the Weevil 32-yard line. Coming up with the catch over there is the first time, his first catch of the afternoon, number 81, Seth Johnson, a sophomore out of Gisborne, Louisiana. They'll move the chains back up on the line of scrimmage again. Snap the football. Jones keeps it himself, and he's going to get a yard, and that's all. He'll get it down close to the 30-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Southern Arkansas now 5 of 8 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. 2nd down and 9. Tight end goes in motion to the short side of the field. They hand it off to the running back, Scarce, I believe. Scales make it. He'll carry it for another yard just inside the 30-yard line. Bring up another 3rd and long now. Weevils need to get them off the field. Opening drive of the third quarter. We're all tied 7-7. 3rd down and 8 for the Mule Riders from the Weevil 29. Obi Jones, the quarterback, wanting to throw. Looks left, throws right, complete at the 20. That's Williams. Cole Williams inside the 15. Going to be bumped out of bounds down about the 14-yard line. That'll be another 1st down for Southern Arkansas as they'll have it in the red zone. Only the 2nd time today they've been inside the red zone. 1st and 10 at the Weevil 14-yard line. They snap it quickly, hand it off, fake it to Scales, no, and Jones keeps it himself. He's down close to the 10-yard line, making the stop on him there. It's going to be Maurice 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥, the junior out of Pregame, making the stop for the Weevils there from his defensive tackle spot. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6. This time they'll hand it off to Scales, going left side. Scales inside the 10 to the 5, going to be down to the 4-yard line and very close to the 1st down marker. See if where they spot the football, if he got the 1st down or not. Apparently not, no indication. No, it's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard at the 4-yard line. Checking in at running back now for Southern Arkansas is Blake May. Scales going to take the direct snap. Scales straight ahead, hit at the 3. He's not going to get in. He'll get the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal to goal down inside the 2 at the 1. He's really going to mark the football. So Scales picks up the 1st down. They'll stay with him at quarterback. He'll take the direct snap again. They snap it. Straight ahead, he dives toward the goal line and not going to get in. It'll bring up 2nd and goal for the Mule Riders. Jakari Scales stays in that same Wildcat formation. Direct snap to him again, straight ahead. He still doesn't get in. It's going to be 3rd and goal from inside the 1. The Weevil defense trying to hold tough here. We're all tied 7-7. Opening drive of the third quarter. Mule Riders knocking on the door. They're looking at 3rd and goal from inside the 1. They'll stay in the same formation. Jakari Scales, your running back, will take the direct snap once again. Comes to the right side, tries to stretch it out, turns it up. He's hit 2 yards behind the line, and he's going to be stopped shy of the goal line. Wow, what a defensive stand there. Coming up to make the hit on him is going to be Bryson LeBlanc, who kept him out. It's going to bring up a 4th and goal for Southern Arkansas. They're going to spot it just inside the 1-yard line. Great defensive stand here by the Weevils, the goal line stand. And the Mule Riders have to make a decision. It looks like they're going to go for it. They're going to leave they'll put OB back at quarterback. OB Jones goes to quarterback. Skarsh goes over to the right side. Jones going to keep it himself. Jones hit not going to get in. He's not going to get in. The Weevils turn him away at the 1-yard line. Well, the Weevils got turned away in the first half at the 1. We're all tied at 7-7. And the Weevils will have it 1st and 10 inside their own 1. Big defensive stand there by the UAM defense. 9:12 to play here in the third quarter. Edwin Kleinpeter, your quarterback. Dorian Manuel is going to be the running back. Mule Riders, Kleinpeter's wanting to throw on 1st down, and he just throws this one. Thought he had a free play. He kind of just aired it out. Looked like the Mule Riders had jumped off sides. So it may be 1st and 5. Yes, it is. Offsides against the defense. We'll give them a little breathing room, moving out to the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 6. Now for UAM, Kleinpeter this time going to be standing at his 2 when he gets the snap. Kleinpeter gets the snap, hands it off to Manuel. Dorian looking for a hole to run through. Going to get it out close to the 7, maybe the 8-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. 2nd and 3 for the Boll Weevils. That hole looked like it was there and then closed quickly. Weevils come back to the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers go wide right. One comes wide left. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 to throw. Rolling to his right. Looking in the flat. Fires. It's going to be caught by 𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏𝒽 out near the 14-yard line. That'll be good for the first down. That'll move the chains. Weevils will have a first down out at their own 14-yard line. 8:25 to play here in the third quarter. We're all tied 7-7. 𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 again out of the shotgun. This time they move Mesh in at fullback. Fake it to Manuel. Wanting to go deep. Looking for 𝗗𝒽𝒃 down the field. Going to be overthrown. Down at midfield. Double coverage down there by Southern Arkansas. It would have to have been a perfectly thrown ball for 𝗗𝒽𝒃 to pull it down. So to bring up second down and 10 now for UAM. Ian Mesh will come out. We'll see the wide receivers check in. Weevils going to spread the field. Trip receivers come wide left. Isaiah Cross, Caleb Jacobs, and Jordan Mansfield come wide to the left. 𝗗𝒽𝒃 goes wide right. They're going to hand it off to Manuel. He's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss back at the 11-yard line. Wow, the ball was on the 13. So a loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a third down and 12. Third and 11 make it. Third down and 11 for the Weevils. Ball spotted at their own 11-yard line. 𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 rolling to his left. Throws to Mansfield. It's caught out around the 20-yard line. It's going to be well short of the first down. Actually at the 19. And the Weevils will be looking at a fourth down and 3. So the punting unit will come on for UAM. Fourth down and 3 from their own 20. And the Weevils are going to punt it away here with 7:20 left to play in the third quarter. Mule Riders will send one man back deep. That will be Ian Beek. Grassati handled the punting duties this afternoon. He gets a good snap. Gets off a low, short kick. It will hit at the 42, take a short boll weevil bounce out to the 43-yard line, make it the 44, and that's where Southern Arkansas will have it at the UAM 44-yard line with 6:55 to play here in the third quarter. It is 7-7. We're all tied. Mule Riders are going to have it first and 10 at the Weevil 44-yard line, a short field to work with. After the Weevil defense stopped them at the 1. Forced them to turn it over on downs. Now they'll get it back with a short field to work with here. Got a new quarterback. This time they'll hand it off right side. That's Roach. Roach carries it inside the 40 down to the Weevil 37-yard line. They're going to be bumped out of bounds down there, make it the 38-yard line. The new quarterback for Southern Arkansas is Judd Barton. He's a redshirt freshman out of Alexandria, Louisiana. Gain of 7 on that play. Second down and 3. Second down and 3. Barton again out of the shotgun. Barton wanting to throw. Fires it over the middle. It's going to be short and incomplete. Intended for Camden Perry, the wide receiver. It falls short. It'll be third down and 3 now for Southern Arkansas. 6:19 left to go in the third period. We're all tied at 7-7. Trip receivers will go wide left. One comes wide right. Weevils put 5 up on the line. They'll go empty backfield now and 5 wide. Barton throws complete over the middle inside the 30. Going to be in down close to the 25-yard line. Is making the catch there is Cole Williams for Southern Arkansas. Just ran a quick hook pattern. About 6 yards deep and then picks up another 6 on the run. First and 10, Mule Riders. Ball at the Weevil 26-yard line. Barton pumps, wants to throw again. Now fires it over the middle, complete to the back out of the backfield at the 20 to the 15, down to the 14-yard line. He's finally going to be stopped there. Coming up to make the stop for the Boll Weevils is going to be 𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Featherson. Featherson, a freshman out of Texarkana, Texas. Move the chains, another first down. They'll snap it quickly. Throws again, complete again to Cole Williams here down the line of scrimmage. It's going to be no gain hardly on the play, maybe a short gain. The ball was at the make it the 14-yard line. They'll get it to the 13. So a gain of 1 on that play. 2nd down and 9. They can get a first down inside the 4-yard line. Barton will look in, now changes the play at the line of scrimmage as he looks over to the sideline. Roach, the lone setback on 2nd and 9. Barton wanting to throw, going toward the end zone. Going to be incomplete. It's underthrown. Defending on the play for the Weevils was Bryson LeBlanc. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 now for Southern Arkansas from the Weevil 14-yard line. Make it the 13-yard line. Cody Williams will split wide left. That's been the favorite target of both quarterbacks this afternoon. Barton looking to his left. Now back right. Throws over the middle of the field. It's going to be intercepted in the end zone and returned out. Out over the 10, out to the 15, and brought down there as the Weevils force another turnover. And coming up with the interception for the Boll Weevils is going to be Joshua McGarity, a sophomore out of Covington, Tennessee. As he intercepted it 2 yards deep in the end zone. He'll return it out to the 14-yard line, and once again the Weevils turn Southern Arkansas away as they were knocking on the door here with less than 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. We're still tied 7-7. The Weevils back out on offense. Klein Peter, your quarterback. Gary Furman is the tailback. They'll hand it off to Furman. Furman's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be a loss on the play. Back to the 11-yard line, a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12 now for the Weevils. Both these defenses have played well this afternoon. Come up with some big plays and some big stops. Klein Peter, they run a reverse to Isaiah Cross. Cross out over the 10 to the 15. Got to get it out close to the 16-yard line before he's upended there. And Isaiah Cross on the reverse is going to pick up, 5 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7 for the Weevils from their own 17-yard line. Blitz coming. Klein Peter loses the handle on the football. It's on the ground, and the Weevils are going to fall on it out at the 17-yard line. That was Gary Furman who falls on it. I think Klein Peter, as he was getting ready to throw, somebody got his arm, knocked the ball loose out of his hands, and Furman falls on it for the Weevils. So UAM will have to punt it away again for the 2nd time here in the 3rd quarter. Don't know how many times this defense can keep Southern Arkansas out of the end zone, as they have threatened twice here in the 3rd quarter and not gotten in. 7-7 our score, a low snap. Grasati picks it up, gets a nice kickoff. End over end, going to be fielded at midfield and hit immediately at the 49-yard line of Southern Arkansas. Curtis Jones, sophomore from Smithville, Arkansas, on the special teams, coming down to make the stop. There's a flag back at the 43-yard line of UAM. So we'll see what the flag's about. 3:15 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. We're still tied 7-7. The officials are going to discuss what they're going to do, and it looks like it's going to be against Southern Arkansas. See if we can catch the call. They're going to wave it off. They wave the flag off, so no penalty. It'll be Southern Arkansas's football, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line here with 3:15 to play in the 3rd quarter, all tied 7-7. Weevils have not been able to get any offense going here in the 2nd half. Mule Riders turned it over on downs at the 1, and then the Weevil defense forced a turnover in the end zone. An interception in the end zone to keep Southern Arkansas from scoring here in the 2nd half. And it'll be Mule Rider football, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Let's see who our quarterback is going to be this time. They're going to go back with Obi Jones. So Jones back in at the quarterback, the starter. The running back at this point is going to be Blake May. He'll line up on the left side of Jones. Trip receivers go wide left. On first down. Going to fake it to May. Jones keeps it himself straight ahead. He's across midfield. He'll be down to the Weevil 48-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play and bring up 2nd down and 6 now for Southern Arkansas. As we go under 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter. All tied 7-7. Mule Riders 2nd down and 6. One to throw is Jones. He straight drop, forced out of the pocket, running left. Flags come in. He throws. It's complete. Another flag comes in. It's inside the 40, down to the 30, and going to be bumped out of bounds around the 25, but I think you can bring it all back. There's 2 flags on the play. Holding going to be the call against the Mule Riders. So nullify the catch and the run. And it will remain 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down and 16. They mark the penalty off. They'll mark it back at the Southern Arkansas 42. So 2nd down and 16 now for the Mule Riders from their own 42-yard line. Jones stays in at quarterback. Blake May, your running back. Twin receivers go wide left, the tight end to the wide side. Jones looking left, now back right, throws underneath the screen to the tight end. It's going to be complete, but behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be tackled for a loss back at the 39-yard line. Coming up to make the hit on him and bring him down is going to be a big defensive lineman, Cameron Reggio. The freshman out of Magazine, Arkansas, making the stop there. A loss of 2 make it 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 19 now for Southern Arkansas as they'll be spotted back at the Mule Rider 39-yard line. 3rd and 19. Twin receivers go to wide left. Jones straight drop back. Weevils rush 3. Jones forced out of the pocket, running left. Throws going to be caught and hit immediately and knocked down at the 40-yard line for a 1-yard gain. As that was Gennaro Scott defensively. Make it Demarius White. He wears number 3 as well. The 6'2 junior out of Urbana, Arkansas, making the stop for UAM. And the Mule Riders are going to punt. This will only be, let's see, their 3rd punt of the afternoon. Dorian Manuel back deep for the Weevils. He shanks it off the side of his foot. It heads toward the sideline and takes a bounce at the 40, takes a Mule Rider bounce inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Stayed in bounds. It's a short punt of 26 yards. The Weevils will have it 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line with 1 minute left to play here in the third quarter. We're all tied at 7 apiece. Where we were at halftime, it's tied 7-7. There's a timeout on the field. Don't forget, this is the Battle of the Timberlands. The trophy's on the line. Weevils won last year. They have kept that trophy here on the campus of UAM. They hope to keep it here this year for another year. Pretty nice looking trophy to have. And that's what we're playing for this afternoon here. The final game of the regular season for these two teams. No postseason play in their future. And these seniors, 8 seniors that are playing for the Weevils out there and playing their final collegiate football game. As the Mule Riders come out defensively, Weevils come out with an empty backfield. 1st and 10 from their own 32. Kleinpeter puts Hayden Thomas in motion. Going to fake it to Hayden. Kleinpeter keeps it himself. He rushes out over the 35, out close to the 36-yard line before he's finally upended there. Be a gain of 4 on the play for Edwin Kleinpeter, and the Weevils look at 2nd down and 6 as UAM will stay empty backfield. Hayden Thomas and Mansfield come wide left. Cross and Smith go wide to the right. Put Thomas in motion again. Fake it to him. 𝗗𝗏 again, straight ahead. Pushes the pile forward out over the 40, out close to the 41. Going to be a yard shy of the first down. Needed to get to the 42 for the first down, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 for UAM. As the tight end will check in, that's Joshua Denny checks in now for the Weevils at tight end. You got Ian Mesh on one side, 2 tights. And Denny on the other side at tight end. Thomas will line up in the pistol formation behind 𝗗𝗏. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The final 15 minutes is coming your way here in just a moment. We're all tied at 7-7. It will be 3rd and 1 for the Weevils when we return in just a moment. Final 15 minutes coming your way. We're all tied 7-7 here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. The Weevils and the Mule Riders. UAM looking at 3rd down and 1 from their own 41-yard line. 𝗗𝗏, your quarterback. The running back is Hayden Thomas, the sophomore. He'll line up in the pistol formation. Going to hand it off to Thomas. Thomas stretches it out, cuts it up. He's got the first down as he carries out close to the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 on the play. Hayden Thomas, again, the sophomore running back for the Weevils. They do it by committee, the running back. You see Thomas, you see Furman, and Manuel all in the backfield for UAM. Thomas will stay in now, 1st and 10, Boll Weevils from their own 44. Twin receivers go wide left. One comes wide right, ball on the right hash mark. 𝗗𝗏 throws a quick screen out complete to 𝗗𝗏 Smith. 𝗗𝗏 out over the midfield down to the 49-yard line of Southern Arkansas. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the play. Bringing up a 2nd down and 4 now for the Boll Weevils. Just underway to start the 4th quarter. Through 3 quarters of play, UAM has run 42 plays for 255 yards. Southern Arkansas 50 plays for 259 yards of total offense. 𝗗𝗏 throws again. This one's complete to Caleb Jacobs. Jacobs has a first down as he goes inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line, the 42-yard line of Southern Arkansas. So move the chains, another first down, first completion to Caleb Jacobs today. And that'll bring up a 1st and 10 now for the Weevils at the Mule Rider 42-yard line. Mule Rider stay in a 4-man front. 𝗗𝗏 wanting to throw, looking, hit from behind. The ball is loose. It's on the ground, and I believe an offensive lineman's going to fall on it for UAM. 𝗗𝗏 was hit from behind, never felt the pressure, and the ball came loose. But the offensive lineman for the Weevils falls on it to save the day. It's number 65, and I don't have a 65 on my roster. So I apologize to his parents for not being able to call his name out. 2nd down, the loss is all the way back to the 49-yard line, so a loss of 7. 2nd and 17. 𝗗𝗏 again wanting to throw. This time he's forced on the run. 𝗗𝗏 in trouble. Somehow manages to elude that tackler. Now he's going to be sacked back at the 43-yard line of UAM. Went from bad to worse. There's a flag down the field, however. It looks like it may be defensive holding where it's at, down the field. But 𝗗𝗏 got in trouble looked like he was going to get out of it and be able to unload the football. He hung on to it too long, and they finally sacked him back at the 44-yard line of UAM. That would be another 7-yard loss if the play stands, but they are discussing it. Holding against the defense. It's in the secondary. This is going to be a big break for UAM. It was 2nd and 17. If the play had stood the way it was going to be 3rd down and 24. Now they're going to decide where they're going to mark the penalty off from. They're going to mark it from the line of scrimmage. Mark 10 yards off against Southern Arkansas. They'll put it back at the Mule Rider 39-yard line. And it should be 2nd down, I believe. Chain gang says 1st down. No, they are going to move the chains. So it'll be a 1st and 10. Wow. 1st down, Weevils at the 39-yard line of Southern Arkansas. 12:39 to play here in the football game. 7-7 our score. We're all tied. Klein Peter, your quarterback. Hayden Thomas, the running back. Hand it off to Thomas. Trying to go left. Cuts it back against the grain. He'll get some positive yardage. Not much. A flag comes in, though, at the end of the play, as Thomas gets a couple of yards down to the 36, make it the 37-yard line. See what the flag is about. Going to be holding against the offense. All right, so we'll come back. It'll be 1st and 20 for UAM. So they mark off the penalty and mark it back to the 49-yard line of Southern Arkansas. 1st and 20 now. With 12:20 to play, still a lot of time in this football game. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. We're tied 7-7. Klein Peter wanted to throw, rolling to his right, giving chase Southern Arkansas, and Klein Peter's going to throw it away. Good decision that time. He didn't hold on to it quite as long, and he throws this one out of bounds. He'll live to play another down. It'll be 2nd down and 20 now for UAM. The Mule Riders had pressure coming from the ends, defensive end spot. That was number 32. That's Prince Undinzi. 6'4", 240 pounds. He's a graduate player from Forney, Texas. All right, 2nd and 20. Klein Peter again wanting to throw. Pressure coming, unloads it underneath, and it's going to be tipped and almost intercepted. The linebacker coming across, following the play, following Mansfield, almost picked it off. That is number 41, Gavin Rowe. It'll bring up 3rd down and 20 now for UAM. Clock stopped with 12:06 left to go here in the 4th quarter. We're all tied 7-7. Been that way since halftime. Weevils scored just before half to tie the ball game, and neither team's been able to score here in the 2nd half so far. On 3rd down and 20, Klein Peter works out of the shotgun. Trip receivers come wide right. Klein Peter forced out of the pocket, dumps it off to Thomas underneath. Thomas across midfield to the 45. He'll be down close to the 40-yard line before he's brought down. He's going to end up gaining 9. It'll still be 4th down and 11, but I think the Weevils may be in 4-down territory. Nope, they're going to send the punting unit on. It was at the 40-yard line of Southern Arkansas. Grassati's going to come on and try to pin the Mule Riders back deep in their own territory. 4th down and 11 from the Mule Rider 40-yard line. Weevils come out with a punting unit. Grassati, a low snap. He picks it off the ground. Pressure coming. He gets it off. Toward the sideline. He's going to hit at the 10 and bound and go out of bounds inside the 10. They say right at the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Good job by Grassati, the punter, a 30-yard punt. No return, and the Mule Riders will start 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. With 11:17 to play in the ball game, there's a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them and be back with more UAM football right after this. Back here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium, we're all tied 7-7. The Mule Riders have it 1st and 10, following the punt by UAM at their own 10-yard line. Jones, the quarterback, going to hand it off. That's going to be to the running back over there, Scales. Scales is going to get it out to about the 11, maybe the 12. Only a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. We go under 11 minutes left to play in the game. Jones checks the play off now as he'll look into the sideline. Twin receivers will go wide right. Scales stays in at the running back spot. One receiver comes wide left. Now put the tight end in motion to the short side of the field. Jones, play action, throws back to the right side, complete on a wide receiver screen, out over the 15, out close to the 20-yard line. Going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down, it looks like. They bring up a 3rd down and 1. So 3rd and 1 for Southern Arkansas from their own 19. Handoff goes up the middle to Scales. Scales has got the 1st down as he crosses the 20 out close to the 23-yard line. He'll pick up almost 4 on the play. And that should move the chains for Southern Arkansas. We're tied 7-7 here with 9:58 left to play in the 4th quarter. O.B. Jones at quarterback. Weevils loading up the line of scrimmage. They're going to hand it off to Scales. Scales is going to be hit a yard deep in the backfield and not going to go anywhere. It's going to be a loss on the play. And coming through to make the stop for UAM was Bryce Savant. Savant, the freshman out of Kinder, Louisiana, getting to play some here this afternoon. 2nd down and 11 now for Southern Arkansas. Weevils this time go with a 4-man front. They cheat the linebackers up. Handoff goes right side to Scales. Scales gets around the numbers and outside him. He's out over the 30, out to the 35, and finally bumped out of bounds out near the 39-yard line. That time they got outside the containment of the Weevils and were able to pick up the big yardage. Jakari Scales on the carry, moves the chains, another 1st down for Southern Arkansas. This drive started at their own 10. At the 39, this time they'll fake it to Scales. Jones keeps it himself. O.B. across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Up tempo again. They start moving faster and faster as they get some success. Back to the line of scrimmage they'll go. Bunch set to the right. Ball on the right hash mark. That's the tight end side. Twin receivers come wide left on 2nd and 7. Wanting to throw. Jones looking down the field. Throws. It's going to be caught as he falls to the turf down at the 42-yard line of UAM. That's the tight end over there on that side, number 88, Joshua Dixon. Back up on the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Jones takes the snap. This time he'll hand it off to Roach. Roach lowers his shoulder across the 40 to the 35, down to the 34 of UAM. And coming up to make the stop for the Boll Weevils that time is going to be Cavante Featherson. Gain of 7, however. 2nd down and 3 now for the Mule Riders at the Weevil 34-yard line. As we're down to 7:45 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Jones out of the shotgun. Roach is your running back now. Handed off up the middle, inside the 30, breaks the tackle to the 25, still on his feet at the 20, and finally brought down at the Weevil 17, making the 18-yard line. As coming up from the safety spot to make the tackle there for the Weevils was Robert Iverson, the freshman out of New Manchester, Georgia, making the stop. They'll move the chains, and all of a sudden, Southern Arkansas is on the move. Inside the red zone, once again, handoff this time goes up the middle to Scales. Scales inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Jakari Scales carries it to the 13, a gain of 5 on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. They'll snap the football once again. Play action, flag comes in, a throwback. Going to be caught out of bounds. Incomplete is going to be the ruling, but the flag is going to be over on the far side, And I believe it may be either offsides against the Weevils. Somebody may have lined up in the neutral zone. Or he may have had a procedure call against the Mule Riders. They're looking at it. It is going to be a call against Southern Arkansas. Offsides on the offense. Sometimes that happens when you run that up-tempo, hurry-up offense. Somebody doesn't get set. So back them up 5. It'll remain second down. It'll be second down and 10 now. Ball spotted back at the 18-yard line. Jones takes the snap, hands it off to Roach. Roach is hit in the backfield for a loss and going to be dropped there by Owen Smith, the senior out of Central Louisiana. He'll drop him for a 2-yard loss back at the 20-yard line. And bring up a third down and 12 now for the Mule Riders. From the Weevil 20-yard line. Down to 6:25 left to play in the ball game. We're still tied 7-7. And this game cannot end in a tie. Here in regulation, we're tied at 7. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 12. Jones keeps it himself. Quarterback right up the middle. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Arkansas. Obi Jones on the quarterback. Keeper up the middle. Linebackers got caught up in the traffic and couldn't make the stop, and the Mule Riders go up 13-7. Still a lot of time left, though. 6:04 remaining. Mule Riders will come on to attempt the extra point. Their kicker is Austin Wilkerson. As we get set for the snap. Low snap, they get it down. The kick is on its way, and it is no good. Wide to the right. The bad snap caused the kick to be off, so the Weevils have a chance here. Trailing 13-7, 6:04 left to play in the ball game. We're back with more from Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium in just a moment.
We'd like to take this opportunity to recognize some of our UAM Athletics sponsors. Domino's Pizza, Paradigm Fitness, Citizens Bank, Clark Contractors, Commercial Bank, Drew Memorial Health System, Drew County Farm Bureau, First National State Bank, Hampton Inn, Holiday Inn, Days Inn, Jefferson Regional Medical Center, Interport Corporation, and Mainline Health Systems. We'd also like to thank once again our game day sponsors, ASN and Mid-South Sea. And thank you for your continued support of UAM Athletics.
to 7, Southern Arkansas has taken a 6-point lead. The extra point was no good, but that was a 90-yard drive that they put together following the punt. The Weevils had them backed up at their own 10. A 90-yard drive, and they take the lead, 13-7. 6:04 left to play in the ball game. Weevils still have 3 timeouts remaining. Southern Arkansas still has 3 timeouts remaining as well. They'll kick it off, and this one heads toward the sideline. They're going to field it at the 15 and return it. Jackson running across the field up to the 20. Jackson up to the 25. Flag comes in. He's over the 30. He'll be out of bounds up beyond the 35 at the 37-yard line. But there is a flag back at the 15-yard line. And the flag is going to be a holding against the Weevils. So they'll mark it half the distance to the goal from the 15-yard line. Going to spot it back at the 7-yard line, make it the 8-yard line where they'll spot the football. So the Weevils now 92 yards away, trailing by 6 points with just under 6 minutes left to play in this football game. Edwin 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘, your quarterback. Dorian Manuel's in at running back now. Mule Riders stay in a 4-man front defensively as the Weevils change the play at the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers go to either side for 𝗗𝗗𝗦𝗘. He bobbles the snap. As he bobbles the handoff, he'll fall on it back at the 6-yard line. He tried to hand it off, it looked like, to Dorian Manuel, and Manuel didn't take it. The ball falls on the ground, but 𝗗𝗗𝗦𝗘 falls on it. It'll be a loss of 2, 2nd down and 12. 𝗗𝗗𝗦𝗘 from his own end zone dumps it off to Manuel out of the backfield. Manuel gives him a little breathing room as he gets it out over the 10, out to the 12 before he's bumped out of bounds. So a pickup of 7 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5 now for UAM from their own 12-yard line. Make it the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 5 from the 13. 𝗗𝗗𝗦𝗘. 1 to throw. Dumped it off again to Manuel. He's got the 1st down as he'll run out of bounds up near the 20-yard line. Gets 7 on that play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Boll Weevils. But again, they got some breathing room. He stops the clock. Oh, he got out of bounds. Clock does not stop. 4:48 and counting. 𝗗𝗗𝗦𝗘 again out of the shotgun. Play action. Nope, going to hand it off this time. Left side, that's off to Manuel. Manuel carries out close to the 24. So that'll be a gain of 3 on the play and bring up 2nd down and 7 now for UAM. Hurry up offense by the Weevils. You get the snap off, dump it off again. Once again to Manuel. Dorian out of the backfield. Jukes one player over the 25, gets it out close to the 29-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Let's see where they mark the football. Still waiting on him. There wasn't a flag on the play, was it? Yep. Illegal participation against Southern Arkansas. They didn't get all their players off the field. They were shuffling defenders off, on and off. They all didn't get off, so it was a dead ball foul. So we'll mark off a 5-yard penalty against the Mule Riders. And now the Weevils looking at 2nd down and 2 from their own 29-yard line. Under 4 minutes left to play in the ball game. 13-7, Southern Arkansas with a 6-point lead. Weevils need some points. 𝗗𝗗𝗦𝗘 calling for the snap. Blitz coming. He unloads it. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Coming through to knock it down. It's going to be Saul Williams. Saul Williams coming through. They had the blitz coming. Weevils didn't have enough bodies to pick everybody up over there. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Boll Weevils from their own 29-yard line. Mule Riders showing blitz again. They bring it. Handoff goes to Manuel. Manuel's hitting the backfield and going to be stopped for a 1-yard loss back at the 28-yard line. And UAM looking at 4th down and a long 2 here with 3:38 left to go. The offense is going to stay on the field, trailing by 6. 𝗗𝗗𝗦𝗘 trying to draw him offside with a hard snap count, and now the Mule Riders call a timeout. 3:30 left to play in the ball game. It's 13-7. Southern Arkansas leads it. Weevils looking at 4th down and a long 2 from their own 29-yard line when we return in just a moment. On 4th down and 2, the Weevils going for it from their own 29. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗓, empty backfield. He'll keep it. He's got the first down out to the 35. 1st and 10, Weevils. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗓 now on 1st down, wanting to throw, wanting to go deep, throwing into double coverage. It's going to be intercepted by the Mule Riders. Back at the 30. Return back up over the 40 to the midfield and caught from behind by Mansfield. The Mule Riders are going to have it in Weevil territory with 2:54 left to play. Coming up with the interception for Southern Arkansas, it's going to be Jeremiah Postel with the interception for the Mule Riders, and Southern Arkansas will take over with under 3 minutes left to play. Weevils have all 3 timeouts, trailing 13-7. Weevils down by 6. At that time, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗓 just unloaded it down the field into double coverage, and it was picked off. Obi Jones will stay at quarterback. Roach is going to be the running back. Caden Roach, he'll get the carry right side. Goes inside the 40 to the 35, cuts back inside the 30 to the 25, and finally brought down inside the 25, down at the 22-yard line. And they'll move the chains, and that'll be a first down for Southern Arkansas. Down to 2:40 left to play. Clock continues to run. Mule Riders going to use all the clock they can. 1st and 10, Mule Riders. They mark it at the 23-yard line of UAM. Mule Riders in a huddle. First time we've seen them in a huddle all day. They finally break it with 10 seconds on the game clock, or on the play clock. Handoff again, goes to Roach. Roach breaks the tackle in the backfield. He'll carry for positive yardage. Looks like he stays in bounds, gets it down close to the 20-yard line, as that'll be a gain of 3. Say, bring up 2nd down. Only a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 now for Southern Arkansas. Ball spotted at the Weevil 21-yard line here. As we go under 2 minutes left to play in the game, it's 13-7 our score. Southern Arkansas with the lead. On 2nd down and 8 from the Weevil, 21-yard line. Jones hands off straight ahead. A flag's going to come in here on the UAM sideline. A short gain down to the 19 there by Roach on the carry. And
5 players in the backfield.
Prior to the snap, illegal procedure called against the Mule Riders. So that'll back them up 5 from the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, remain 2nd down and 13 now. And we're down to 1:39 left to play. 13-7. Southern Arkansas has a 6-point lead. They have the football at the Weevil. Going to spot it back at the 26-yard line. The Weevils do have 3 timeouts if they choose to use them. On 2nd down and 13. Obi Jones out of the shotgun for the Mule Riders. Hands it off again to Roach. Caden Roach straight ahead. Breaks through the line. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Mule Riders. Wow. Southern Arkansas broke it through the line. He was in the secondary, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. The Mule Riders go up 19-7. The extra point coming. We got an injured player for the Boll Weevils out back where the line of scrimmage was. Well, they're going to go out and check on him. Again, this is the Battle of the Timberlands. The trophy's on the line. I see them getting ready to carry it down on the sideline. The players shaking up for the Boll Weevils is Theron Bellard, the junior out of DeSoto, Texas. He's going to get up and walk off the field under his own power as we await the extra point attempt for Southern Arkansas with 1:32 left to play in the game. Mule Riders have opened up a 2-score lead now. It's 19-7. That turnover, interception, the only one of the day by 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗓, was a huge, huge mistake for the Boll Weevils. UAM's going to jump off sides on the extra point. So we'll mark it half the distance to the goal and see if they still want to kick it or if they want to go for two here. I believe they're going to just mark it half the distance to the goal and just kick it from there. All right. 20, or make it 19-7. Hadn't made the extra points yet. The last one was wide right after a bad snap. Bad snap again. They get it down. The kick's on the way, and it's good. So 20-7, Southern Arkansas extends their lead with 1:32 left to play in the ball game. We're back at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium after this timeout. A 1:32 remaining. Southern Arkansas has opened up a 13-point lead, 20-7 our score. UAM has all 3 timeouts remaining. Been a big, hard-fought game here this afternoon. The Weevils going to come up empty-handed, or come up short, it looks like. Barring a miracle here for them here in the final 1:32. And Southern Arkansas gets set to kick it off. Dorian Manuel back deep on one side for the Weevils.